Well, Ohio Northern University has been helping out to honor a Hardin County native, a baseball Hall of Famer, actually, Ray Brown. And joining us today, Ohio Northern University sophomore and mural designer, also a native from Columbus Grove, Aubrey Davis, and to tell us more. And thanks for joining us.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Okay, so first of all, lots of us have never heard of Ray Brown and the baseball player, and he's in Cooperstown in the Hall of Fame. So how did you get involved to be able to spotlight and, design this mural in his honor?
Well, I didn't know about him initially either. And I wasn't too terribly interested in baseball either as well. But the fall semester of my sophomore year, I didn't really have a whole lot of art classes. And I really wanted to get involved, projects and things like that. So I reached out to my advisor, Melissa Eddings, and she talked to me about this project that she was doing in conjunction with the history department with Professor Stripmatter, and how they wanted to have a visual component, learning about this figure and just how much of an expert in this sport he was. And not having anything to really commemorate him, it became really kind of important to have some kind of visual aspect to all the research Stripmatter was doing. And then something that would act as kind of like something that encapsulated his life and commemorated him to exist in his hometown. So it was really great to get involved.
Yeah, because we're talking about, getting an Ohio historic marker, and then the mural behind you, you designed that to go along with it. So let's talk about it. How did you design this? What are the components in that mural?
Well, the mural features three different it features three different depictions of Ray Brown. One is a portrait. The other is kind of him. He was a pitcher. That is what he was most. That's what he was most often. That was the position he played as, and he holds records in. And then him again as a young boy. And then within the scene, he's surrounded by native flowers and as well the cardinal, which is a very distinct, Ohio symbol. And so it's really kind of working to illustrate and depict him literally, and also the things he was surrounded by as someone from the area, despite traveling and playing for teams all over the states and most known the Homestead Grays, not even based in Ohio. But despite all that, being a figure that lived the bulk of his life here and returned here and had roots and a home here. So.
Right. So this is kind of out of the box for you, this kind of art piece. I mean, you love art, but designing this big of a mural, it was different for you, right?
Yeah, it was. I don't tend to work, certainly not this big. I don't have the space to. So working and designing it on a much smaller scale, and then kind of seeing and working what it actually would look like way bigger was really interesting. I think it's certainly a learning process. It's the sort of thing where you could kind of go over it again and again and fix little things, just because I'm at the point where I'm always learning with it. So it becomes kind of it's just really interesting. It's been very interesting to work on it. I really like it though.
I do too. I love the colors and the meaning and the design behind it. And you said you're still fine tuning it, but I think it looks done already. But I guess that's just part of being an artist, right? That you just got to keep working at it.
It is kind of, unfortunately. And you want to make sure you do right by what you're depicting. And sometimes where you are, what you can actually do and paint and draw just doesn't quite satisfy. So you're always working. It's always building up in on itself. It's just making sure you don't go overboard and understanding, what's really most important about the work, which is celebrating this individual's life.
Right, yeah. I think it is a wonderful piece of art representing Ray Brown and honoring him. It's going to go on the concession stand, is that right? And sometime there'll be a ceremony when the marker comes?
Yes, exactly.
All right, very exciting stuff. Well, Aubrey, thank you very much for sharing with us today about the mural and how Hardin County is starting to honor Ray Brown.
Thank you for having me.
All right, don't go away. Noon Edition continues in a moment.